Hey gang, we're going to work on page 29 today with Dobie Jo for as long as she'll stay here with us. 29, we're picking our eighth notes. I've got my metronome set right around 90 something, I think is what I had it set on, 88, 90-ish. And we are going to practice hitting single notes, reading our tablature, and practice the difference between quarter notes and eighth notes. So a quarter note is a down, eighth notes are down, up, okay? Dobie Jo just does not like hanging around for very long. All right, we don't care, Dobie Jo, you go do your thing. Okay, line 1. Now you're going to be practicing what you should do before this lesson. Let me tell you this really quick. You should stop the video right now and do what I'm about to suggest. Pick each string, open 4 times. Remember that exercise? You should be doing that exercise every time you practice. I shouldn't have to remind you. It's a really good way to warm up. Now this is going to be too fast, but this is what I want you to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that exercise? Please do that every time we get ready to play. I'm not always going to remember to tell you to warm up properly, but I want you to remember yourself because you need to do that every time you practice. And go as slowly as you need to make each note nice and clean, okay? So after you've done some work warming up, you're going to be ready to play this page with me. This is page 29, picking your eighth notes. Now we're going to be picking on our E string, and then we're going to be jumping down to our B string, and all of these are zeros, which means open. No fingers on any of the frets yet, not until we get down to around line 3, okay? All right. Line 1 is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go to our B string, okay? I'm going to count us off. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Pick down, up. 1, 2, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, we're going to do that together one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay? All right, let's try exercise 2. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay? Now I could be saying any number of things. I could be saying down, 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 up, or I could be calling each note out by its numbered name in the sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, and, or if you need to, go back to boom ditties, which would be boom, 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 diddy. Okay, just have to remember that when we are on the and beat, we're picking upward. All the other beats, all the numbered beats, we're picking down. Okay, let's do number 2 together again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay. All right, we're going to slow our metronome down and get it into the 70s because we're going to be using our 3rd finger on our 3rd fret, our first finger on our first fret. Remember, those numbers on your tablature represent the frets, not your fingers. When we're playing on our first 4 frets, it just so happens that we use our third finger on our 3rd fret. Okay? We're going to change that in a few lessons. So number 3, a little bit slower, and make sure you're making good contact with your frets and getting nice clean notes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay? I'm going to slow it down a little bit more, and I'm going to play it with you again. I'm just going to count us off, though, and then I'm going to trust you to stay with me. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. That was down around the 50s. Let's take it up to 80 and try the same thing again. Line 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I counted us all wrong on that. 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, couple of beats faster. One more time without me counting. 2, 3, 4. Heard my pick accidentally hit on my move up. Don't do that. Okay, let's look at The Lost Dog Bone, written by Dobie Jo Barnard. She didn't really write the songs. I wrote them, but I was trying to be funny. 1, 2. Let's take a little bit faster. We use this as eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, rest. Okay, so this is exercise 4, The Lost Dog Bone, and we're going to take it, we're using our metronome to give us eighth notes now, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, rest. About like that, okay? I'm going to count us off. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Rest. Alright, I'm going to do that again, but this time I'm going to suggest that you do the strumming on the chords while I play it. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 over the notes that I'm playing. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, strum, 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 of did that to get a point in here that when you're the rhythm player and you're strumming those chords, you're going to keep a steady rhythm. You're not following the tablature below. Okay, you are setting a template of time for the person playing the tablature. So when the person playing the tablature or the lead part or the melody, if they rest, you don't rest. If they do an eighth note and you're not already doing an eighth note at the same time, you don't follow them. You keep your tempo and your rhythm while they do what they're doing. Okay, let me play the chords for you. Go ahead and practice the chords with me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, E7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I'm going to do that one more time, and I'm going to invite you to play the tablature now along with my strums. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. Rest. Da, 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 da. Second line. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay? So it's kind of in the melody for you to keep you on track. All right. Hey, let's go ahead and talk through page 30 real quick, because I think we've got enough time. And again, please use these videos in a way that you can really stop, rewind, play along, play on your own, go back and listen to them, make sure you've done it right on your own. So often I send students home, and if they don't have a recording that they're practicing to, they sort of morph the lesson into their own timing or their own thing, and they come back and they sit down with me, and it's not right at all. Their timing is all off, and they've practiced it that way all week. If they had the recording there, they could practice along with me and challenge themselves to practice it alone and then with me and make sure they had it right. But anyway, I digress. Page 30, let's talk about this really quick. When you are jamming, playing with other people in a group, a lot of times you hear the phrase, what key are you in? Okay. Now in this book, I'm going to teach you how to play out of the most commonly used keys. And they are A, D, G, sometimes E. C isn't that common of a jam key to play in, but we are going to talk about it in this book. Whatever key you are in, we assign that letter number 1. Okay. Now this is a shorthand version to get you through the basic keys. This will not work if you're in the key of B flat or even in F. Some of the weirder keys, this basic 5-finger thing that I'm going to show you won't work. But in the basic keys, A, C, D, E, and G, it works great. And you're going to find yourself jamming in those keys very often. Whatever key you are in, so if you're in a jam session and someone says, oh, I play this in the key of G. In your mind, you know that if you're playing in the key of G, G becomes number 1. Okay? G. Okay? A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5. G, A, B, C, D. We just go up the whole note, not the whole note, but the natural tones, not the sharps or the flats. We go up the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then we start right over at A again. Okay? So if we're in the key of A, let's do A. A is going to be number 1. Now what you have to ask yourself, if you've never heard the song before, or if you have heard it and you have no idea what the chords are, you can pretty much narrow down the choices by finding your 4 chord and your 5 chord. If there's chord change that you hear in that song, 9 times out of 10, they're either going to the 4 or the 5 chord. Okay, so you can figure it out in your head. Let's say we're in the key of A, and we're looking for our 4 chord and our 5 chord. Okay, A, B, C, D is my 4 chord. A, B, C, D, E is my 5 chord. So I'm in the key of A and I'm jamming, and I hear that chord. Somebody just changed chords on me. I bet you anything it's either a D or an E that they've changed to. So see how that can eliminate a lot of the possibilities and give you a much better chance of hitting the right chord when it's changed. So the key of A, B, C, D, and E. A, D, and E. On page 30 here, I've given you a little box where you can fill in the 4 and the 5. I've also given you the hand diagrams to show you how to do it. Cover that up with a piece of paper and fill in the 1, 4, 5s and see if you got it right. Okay, let's do one more. In the key of C, C becomes the 1 chord. So we're jamming and the guy says, or the woman says, I'm in the key of C, and you're thinking, I don't know this song. What other chords could be in it? Well, you need to find the 4 and the 5. C, D, E, F, and G. C, D, E, F, and G. C is your 1 chord, F is your 4 chord, G is your 5 chord. Those 3 chords like each other and they go along in the family really, really well. We'll do one more, the key of D. D becomes 1. D, E, F, G. What comes after G in the musical alphabet? A. Okay, so key of D, D is 1, G is 4, A is 5. So we're jamming in the key of D. You have no idea what song they're playing. You've never heard it before in your life. Somebody changes chords. You've been playing on a D chord. That chord changes. It's probably going to be a G or an A. Okay, so that's a really powerful little tool to use when you're just getting started. 5 chords are often played as 7th chords. You might have an instructor that really pushes that 7th chord business when you first start playing. I like my A minor 7 and my E7 because they're 2-finger chords, and I like to teach you those first. But in regards to all the other 7th chords, I have a tendency to put those off until a little bit later. Okay, gang, that was page 30. The next time we get together on page 31, we are going to learn how to play our A and our E chord. All right? Z chord, Z. All right, maybe I'll get the dog to hang out with us. If the dog won't hang out with us, I'm going to have to pull in one of the cats to sleep in her bed, and that'll sure get her interested in her bed again, I bet. Anyway, you all have a good time. Make sure you replay this video a lot, and please ask me any questions you might have. Find me on social media. I'm there for you if you need me. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.